Hello everyone, I'm Raleigh and welcome to the channel. So today I wanted to do something a little unscripted. I've been thinking about what other content to make for the channel, and I thought I've been putting so much time into making scripted videos that are probably not getting as many views as I would like them. I thought maybe change it up a little bit and do something a little bit different. But one thing that I've realized is that people really like freelancer content, and both of my videos that I've made for freelancer over the last couple of years have received a ton of views, and I still get comments to this day, which makes me super happy because people really like freelancer, right? And I think people are just waiting on something that's gonna take that spot. And I know that Star Citizen is still kind of iffy on their things, and they keep saying it's gonna release and we're gonna get something, but we seem to not get there. And I wanted to bring more attention to a game that's in development, and I feel like that does not have as much attention as I would like it to have, and that is Underspace. It's pretty much like a spiritual successor to Freelancer, and it's something that I've been really looking forward to since I found out about it pretty recently, actually. And what I wanted to do today is talk about the new demo that came out, or at least the changelog for it, and I will get more into detail about that. But then also at the beginning of the month, every month, they do a devlog, and it's very like in depth, and they do a lot of details and they show a lot of stuff, and I kind of wanted to bring more attention to the game because it's just something that I really like, and I would like to see this really become this huge thing that I feel like it can. So we'll talk about those things, and I'll just show you guys some stuff that they have on their website, and we'll talk a little bit about some other stuff after all of that. So let's get started with the demo, with the changelog for the demo. So the thing with the demo is, and we're gonna switch over here to a different screen. So the thing with the demo is that the demo currently only has the first system that you can play in. So a lot of the changes don't really affect what you can do right now in the demo. It's pretty much just for the testers. If you're like, I guess they would be like closed beta testers, I'm not sure, but there's people that have access to like the whole game and that are testing it or whatever. That's pretty much for them, and just for people to let people know what the changes are, which I think is really awesome, because I find that a lot of games don't give you these details on like development. Yes, they do talk about changes, but I think that Space Interactive does a really great job at communicating like, hey, this is all the little nuances that we're changing, like here's a look at it. And we're gonna see some really cool stuff, because on their Kickstarter page, when they do their monthly devlogs, they go into like really good detail, and we're going to see some good stuff. So let's talk about the Underspace demo. So 2.0 came out recently, and I guess they just made some changes, and it's 2.05. So let's read through it. Another few months, another new demo. Welcome back to Star Chasers. The most likely will be our last release for the year, unless someone finds some centipedes hanging about. And it's their first Linux and Macs releases as well, which is really fun. So they do know about some issues that they have. Interior models for ship stations and plants are currently untextured or unimplemented. That's something that I've talked about before, that it makes them look very bland, but they know this, so hopefully that'll be changed. Voice acting is not in, which is something that I've said as well I would like to see, but they know about this, which means that, and they're the top two things, so I'm hoping that they're gonna work on those two, and like particular, I would like to see some changes. Painting maps for ships may be missing. Painting maps? I'm not sure what that is. I don't know what a painting map is. Maybe people in the comments can clarify that. Joystick and controller support, vestigial and more or less implemented, and having controller plugged in can introduce weirdness. That's fine, but I love that they're adding the idea of joystick and controller support. That would be super fun. In-game manual, or at least considering it, I'm guessing. In-game manual currently lacks most features. Okay, well that's I don't know if that's an issue, really. Like, you know, I'm sure stuff like this will be added. Ambient storm trackers might sometimes fly through Agonite Station. Again, how lovely. Agonite Station, I think, is one of the in the first system. So they might sometimes fly through that. Again, how lovely. So something is wrong with the AI there, but yeah, so they know about some issues, and it sounds like they're listing not just known issues, but things that they're probably still going to be working on. Otherwise, they wouldn't be like mentioning them up front like that. I'm hoping, at least. So new content, new models for cockpits, along with diegetic UI elements in cockpits, more enemies and hazards and storms. I have not experienced any storms. The first system, I don't think, has any storms. More detailed mission descriptions. That's always nice, because sometimes I get lost and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So it's nice to kind of get, you know, we all have those moments. I feel like we all have those moments. If we don't have those moments and it's just me, then I'm just glad they're adding this for me. Ambient NPCs during campaign missions. Okay, that's nice. I guess they didn't have ambient NPCs hanging about. It's kind of nice to still make it feel like the world is alive. So new UI for changing high engines for gaining or losing money. I'm not sure. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. Total overhaul of missiles and how they work. Missiles can now knock ships out of high engine, bypass shields, and more. So that's something that was, at least the knocking them out of high engine was something that Freelancer, which this game is like the spiritual successor to, had. So that was something certain missiles at least could do that. So it's nice to see that. Bypass shields, that's kind of interesting. So if you have enemies maybe with high shields, or you know, a lot of shield batteries or something, and they can recharge your shields easily, having maybe missiles would be nice. And more. Total overall how mines work. They now leave behind damaging debris fields, which that I think is really cool, and can be prematurely detonated, making them much more useful. Okay, cool. Chapter syndicate rank rewards and progress can be viewed on the information. That's really nice. Again, that was something that was I think that was kind of missing some stuff. At least the chapter thing, the chapter rank and rewards. I don't know if that was something that we could look at, but it sounds like something that's really nice. Records are now divided into subcategories. So records are just pretty much like, I think that's like your like lore, like where you get info about all the different things in the world. So they're now divided into subcategories. I know they recently, I think for the last demo, they redid how records looked, and they added like a bunch of stuff where they actually added records in. I'm not sure, but it was something like that. New NPCs in various stations and planets, mostly for ambience along. I talked about this as well. It felt very empty. Like you go to a bar and you only have the like mission NPC or something that's there, and that's it. And like, I'm like, how is this a bar? There's like no one here. So it's nice to have that. Added a skip intro button. We'll talk about that more as well. Brings you right into the story if you don't care about the story. Total overhaul of NPC drop tables, dropping a wider variety of objects, including more regular loot. Okay, that's pretty cool. I guess you know, that's something very satisfying when enemies drop loot. Preliminary overhaul of the in-game manual, including subcategories and video support. Okay, meaning that we're gonna have like actual like videos of things that, you know, for the manual or whatever. That's kind of cool. Changes in bug fixes. Understood mission. Okay. Some of these, I mean, a lot of this doesn't really mean anything for us that are not testers. So, but fixed initiative world stays not saving properly. Okay. Armor now affects thruster drain rate rather than ship turn rate. Okay. I like that, I guess. Thruster drain rate rather than ship turn rate. Yeah, okay. I like that. I guess it would make sense in space to have that be on this rather than on the ship turn rate, but whatever. Rebalance some prices and stats, okay. Fix some spawn areas in the demo star system. Ooh, okay. That's interesting for us. I think this is what they're talking about. It's the first star system that we go to. I don't think they want to name it or something. Improve docking code to be much more aggressive and where Reichen's dialogue wasn't working. Fix issues where the dialogue wasn't working. Okay. Disabling and certain alternate modes, such as manual docking, alternate fine. Now displays messages. That's really nice because I was never sure if I had something on or off. And I was like, I had to like test it out. I'm like, oh, okay, I have this on. So it's nice to have that. Because manual docking is very interesting. The navigation UI can now be disabled when using the hide inventory option. Okay, interesting. Note that turning on the navigation will occlude most of the screen because there's a stonking huge grid suddenly. Okay. The aiming reticule is not accurate and dependent on the average speed of all currently active guns. Okay. So that is something that, okay, that's very interesting. I like that. I like that. Okay, the new UI, because the thing with the aiming was, and I've talked about this in my video for Underspace as well. You guys can go back and look at that. But there was an issue with the aiming reticule. Like I couldn't, like, it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, and it was something that was really jarring because it's really like the combat is like a main thing, and if that doesn't really work. And it wasn't necessarily the aiming that was off. It was like where you're supposed to aim, like you have to like fire in a certain, you have to whatever. But I think all of that stuff has been fixed. I haven't really looked at it, but that's nice. The news UI now has images to go along with the stories. That is really nice. That's again something Freelancer had. They had just like these random images, but still a work in progress. But that sounds really good because that's something that if this is like a game that's gonna have like live updates and stuff, like a live service game, having a news panel like built into the game would be really cool to let people know about like new stuff that's added or something. So I like that they're working on that. Encounter zones can now be more dynamically select how enemies spawn. Okay, fix issue where encounters would never respawn. Okay, fix an issue. I'm not really looking at it to fix it. Couldn't use camera modes while docking. Fixing issues is something that I'm like, okay, whatever. Scanning scannable objects releases tiny effects now. Okay, cool. So again, kind of letting you know what you're doing. Rebalance certain mini bosses during quests. Again, I haven't encountered any of them, but you guys, if you haven't looked at some of the trailers for Underspace and you guys like fighting in space against like large monsters and machines and stuff, insane. Some of the, like, I think it was when the 2.0 demo came out, they had like a new trailer for it. Oh my god, so good, guys, so good. So go look that up. Rebalance and we read that. Scaling improperly. Okay. Issues double use waypoint navigation where unlocked party members wouldn't be saved by the game, or blah 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 blah. Okay, so wrecked items can now be deposited in storage. Okay, ace pies can now be scanned for more information and additional rewards if sold to a data center. Okay, interesting. So you guys can download the demo here if you guys want to and try it out. Again, it's super fun, and if you guys are a fan of freelancers, and I know a lot of the people on my channel are, a lot of people that have been subscribing over the last year have been watching a lot of my freelancer stuff. Like, check this game out, it's so good. Alright, so that's the new demo, which I might actually make a video on. I'm not sure, might actually like play through or something. I'm not sure, but let's look at the devlog. So this is our Kickstarter page. Okay, so if you guys have not looked them up on Kickstarter, I really think that there should have been a lot more. This should have had like at least like 2-3 zeros behind it. I honestly think with what they're trying to do and where they're coming from, and with the amount of effort they've been putting in, they've been doing fantastic. Like Space Interactive has been doing really, really great stuff, and I like these guys, and I like this game. Like it's looking really, really good, and they keep updating it. Like I said, every month they're updating it, so it's already kind of closed. But I'm sure there is other avenues of supporting them. It's not always just about money. For a game like this, exposure is probably worth just as much as money. So get out there and expose the people. Do it. All right. So November 22nd, November 2022. Welcome to November. Feel that warm winter air and hot blazing winter sun. Ain't it grand? Yeah, okay. I live in Florida. It's still 90 degrees here, and I'm sweating my ass off every day. So, not exactly sure, you know, for those of you that are in the cold, I wish I had a little bit of that at least. A preemptive apology. I was ill and bedridden. I don't know exactly. It's the creator. I don't know who the gentleman is. And I feel really bad now. I don't know his name. I'm really bad with names, guys. So first of all, and it says actual photo of Wisconsin right now. So I guess that's where they're located. But yeah, so he does, or I don't even know. So they have a, on the Discord, you can find their name. And I think they also have a Twitter as well. If you kind of like look around, it probably might be on their, this is on their website. You can probably find some of that stuff on there. They do have a Twitter and stuff. So go find them and follow them and tell them how amazing they are, because they're really good. Alpha 2.0. Okay, blah. So we already talked about that. And you guys will see I looked at one of the videos down here. But yeah, so apologies, was bedridden. Nevertheless, I powered through the first fever. See, they work through fever. Like, they're so passionate about this that they're working through, like, all kinds of crap. So, it's crazy. This will be our last demo release of the year, mostly focusing on quality of life features and bug fixes. You can check out full changelog and download the demo. Yep, we have already done that. And join the Discord. Do it. Because these are really cool, these posts that they do, but I will tell you what, on that Discord, they do so much more. They show so much more on this stuff, where there's like all these little things that they show off, and it's really cool. It's like little pictures here and there, but they do talk, like you can communicate with them and give your input and stuff. It's really, really cool. So the biggest thing this month was lots and lots of work on the main single player campaign. My favorite. That's awesome. I'm really excited for that. We're now sitting comfortably at a total of 15 out of 16 campaign missions playable to completion. Wow. So they're almost done with the main campaign, which is really great. That means that things like polish, voice acting, or miscellaneous ambient NPCs aren't in for many missions, but still, we're almost done. And that's okay. I mean, you know, I hope that voice acting specifically, it's something that I've talked about recently on my streams, is very important to me. So I hope that they will look into doing some of that. Miscellaneous NPCs, I like that as well. And polish. I mean, polish is just very nice, right? Having polish is really, really nice. So, and they have these little videos. So they have the YouTube channel and they show little pictures and videos. So we're gonna like do full screen here and I'm gonna show you guys. This is so random, okay? Because it's literally just 2 seconds of a video. So it's gonna be really quick, guys. So we see this, boom, and it's I guess a ship called the Gravekeeper that's zooming into like the system or whatever. So we'll rewatch that. But look at how amazing this looks, okay? So obviously this is some kind of system that they have worked on because they have the picture of the system right here. And they use it everywhere, and then this is like the little video of it, right? But doesn't that look amazing? Whatever this installation, this this construction thing is, like, it looks really cool. Again, they don't show that much in these videos, which is actually a really good strategy because it doesn't like, it's not so satisfying where you're like, oh, I've seen the system, I don't care. No, I see just enough for me to want to see more, right? It's great. Up warp. I don't know. I haven't seen it. It's 10 seconds. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Let's look at it in full screen. I don't know why I'm doing it like that. All right, let's look at it, guys. Really cool. Doesn't it look awesome? Look at this. Are you kidding me? Oh man, I'm gonna watch this again just because. Shoom. And I do have music on in the background. I have freelancer music playing in the background just to have something idly in the back. So that was kind of mix up with that. But yeah, this ship apparently, I don't know, and it warped. They had some kind of new warp effect. Again, more that same picture of that system. And these are kind of small pictures, but that's okay. It's just a little preview, right? And another picture. What is done is a complete dialogue pass on everything. Every campaign line and moment there has been scripted out, and it's all all of one mission that's missing the actual logic to link all the dialogue up to actions during the campaign mission. Okay. I mean, look at this. This looks so cool. Like, imagine you're doing, like, you're fighting this. There's dialogue happening right there. Dialogue happening right there. Like, imagine this is all, like, voice acted. But, yeah, it's so cool. Some background tech needed to be done to help a lot of these scenes pop, of course. I worked on followership AI that properly matches the player's speed and the ability for zones to override nebula colors. Okay, so let's look at this video right here. I'm not sure. Ooh, look at this. So we're kind of flying next to that ship. He's correcting his little tilt that he has. Why is this not playing? Let's play it on high quality, please. Thank you. That looks really cool. I wonder if that system looks like that, or is it just because it's in development and it looks like that? Because it looks like something that would be in development. Clearing overrides. Oh my god, look at that. That looks so good. Okay, no. We're first of all going to do this. I do want it at high quality, please. It's only 28 seconds. Should not be that bad. Look at this, guys. Doesn't it look fun? Like, it makes... Oh, that's a pretty... Okay, it looked like a fairly small building, but it's actually pretty big. Look at this. So, and you get all this, like, whatever these glowing things are on the sides. I don't know what that is. That's very... Oh, what is that? Don't tell me you cut out right at the... Oh, see? Such a tease. I love it. More will be done this month on all this stuff, of course. We'll be finishing up the main campaign and making it playable to completion. And then doing a deep dive into a multiplayer campaign and everything that's going on there. Wow, really? I love everything about it, guys. That's really good. It looks so good, doesn't it? You can't tell me that doesn't look good. If you are, you're lying, and I don't want to hear it. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, and you might say, oh, this doesn't look as good as, you know, but I just think, for me, I'm someone that looks at Freelancer and then looks at this game, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so good. There's been a lot of work done on combat, a bit of balance here, a bit of tweaking there, and getting into lots and lots of fights to make sure everything... Hey man, those dogfights in space, again, I've played a lot. I'm currently playing through the Crossfire mod over on my Twitch, guys. So if you guys want to see that, it's happening every Sunday. And yeah, it's fun. It's super fun fighting, I'll tell you what. Ooh. This is the first system. Nice. It's very like roar, all over the place. Was that a new missile? Oh, those are missiles. Those are the new missiles in action. Okay, the new combat.
Star Chaser, Alpha 1-1.
Okay. I like that they're putting a lot of effort into... Nice. That they're like the combat. Awesome. Alright, that's really cool. It's very reminiscent, again, of Freelancer, but super fun. Lighthousey fight. Okay, let's watch that as well. And we'll read the notes. Rinzai Zahir. No. Yeah, some of the voice acting still. I wish there was some really good voice acting. I mean, I'll voice act for the game. I don't care. I'm not a voice actor, but hey, listen. If you want me to try, I'll try my hardest. Even if you just want to have as like a ambient, you know, NPC or something, I don't care. I'll do it. I would love to do that. Now, using the power of analytics, I determined that a lot of users simply kind of ignore most missile types, and especially ignore most, if not all, mine layers. And the reason was simple. A lot of them kind of were useless compared to most other weapons. With the day to spare, I've done a complete rework of how Ordnance operates. Missiles now track targets much better across the board, but have more specific uses. Smart missiles are now EMP missiles, which do heavy shield damage and can knock ships out of high engine and thrust. Macro missiles are now piercing missiles, which have a portion of the damage bypass shields. Really cool. So we see some of the missile war over... let's turn up the quality here. Okay, so we got some different missile types. Okay, interesting. And it tells you like the damage that it does. Like this is a missile that does like, ooh. Boom, boom. Oh wow, yeah, look at that. That's nice. And they are. The thing about them is that they are really fast and they track their targets really well, it looks like, in the new update. So I like that a lot. Mines not leave behind a field. We already a corrosive energy. We've already read that. And they go, all weapons use ammunition comes different amounts of ammunition, so you can hold many more micro missiles than they can torpedoes. Okay. Like I said, I still have that freelancer music going on in the background, I'm sorry. So, sniper mine launcher, saboteur mine launcher. Ooh, that ship looks really cool. So is that red sphere a corrosive field? I'm guessing. And it seems to last a long time, so that's pretty cool. I like that. Premature detonation. Whoa! Okay, that's a lot. That's very yellow. Okay, maybe that's a little bit too big. I don't know. That's kind of my opinion. It's like kind of filling the whole screen. I'm like, Jesus. Missions are also getting prepped for their final pass. The description can be much more verbose or specific, showing things like what exactly we'll be fighting and how. While there's a lot more overrides to give missions, just much more variety, particularly secret missions or ones with quest requirements. Alrighty, cool. So we see a little, I guess a little look at the info here, the mission info. So the descriptions just have been changed your luminous tempo to assist you. Good luck. Okay, I like that. It's not too like it's not too much to read those, right? It's like one paragraph. That's good enough, right? We don't need more. Finally, I've been working implementing various remaining mini bosses one can encounter while out in storms, and there's something strange, some strange stuff out there. Dude, this is the best stuff. This is what that's gonna turn into. I want to see it. I want to see that in action. Like, the work that they've done on bosses and stuff is phenomenal. Okay, so it's just like an asteroid. Does it just like suddenly turn into freaking... No, it's just glowing. Alright, cool enough. I like it. It's just some glowing rock. But it looks like something will be given more details on these storm bosses more than likely next month as we finalize the behaviors. UI improvements. I don't know why there is a face. I don't know if that's of him or of them, or if that's like a stock picture or something. Oh, okay. So they have it where you can see on the manual an explanation and a video above it, which is fantastic. That's really, really good because it looks like they have a lot of categories there, so I like that. I've added small subtle effects to the UI. Charging up your high engines has a small UI animation while gaining. Okay, I want to see that. Hold on. Small UI? Where? I don't... Do you guys see it? I mean, this down here has always been there, right? Yeah, that's always been there. I don't know what they mean by UI though. What's changing with the UI? Isn't that what it's just said? Has a small UI animation while getting not worth is now reflected in the UI. Money change. Okay, you won't find better prices. Prices anyway. Okay, buy. Oh, it's on the right over there, up top. Okay, I like it. That's very nice. That's a nice touch. I'm not sure. There's probably a subtle charge. Like it says subtle charge is probably like a small. The skip intro button. They did talk about that as well for the new demo. So you can just like hit escape and skip the intro. Which is, you know, for those people that are just like speedrunners or something. I don't know. Are there going to be speedrunners of this game? Oh, that would be fantastic. I would love that. I'm not a speedrunner, guys. I'm like a slow runner. Like, I go at the slowest. Like, it's like a race who like, to see who takes the longest to get to the goal. I would win that. Finally, quest and campaign objectives have a lot more powerful text parsing stuff, allowing them to do things like display hints for objectives. Okay. I don't know what they mean by text parsing, but... Okay, flight control. So this is in the first system. So if you play the demo, you'll see this. Oh, okay. The thing on the right? Is that what they're talking about? Nonetheless, it looked really good. Asset work. Oops, I accidentally hit a button. They've done a lot of work, not just asset work, but like a lot of different things. We finally implemented things like space farms and sleeper ships around the galaxy, explaining lore questions like, what do these people living on these entire fertile planets even eat, man? That's a great question. So we have little farms in space now? That's neat. I like it. So these like giant plans or whatever that they have like things working through. That's really cool. Oh wow. Look how beautiful this game is. The lighting in this game is fantastic and it literally gives it a really polished look. Cockpit models. I know that those were really bland, so it's nice to see. Oh, okay. So that's one of the, I guess I haven't seen this model yet. Very nice. Oh, that glare is really annoying. Whatever that was. I would not want to fly like this, guys. I'll tell you what, I would not want to fly like that. Absolutely not. Alright. So we kind of see a land. Finally, there's some more non-mechanical assets being worked on. Bosses and characters and the like. Awesome. I love these little ghosty types. And that's all for this month. That's a lot, guys. And this is every month they do, like, look at all of this. They do all these videos and pictures and descriptions. And, like, they really care, guys. They really, really, really care. So, again, huge shout out to Pasta Space Interactive. They do a fantastic job. And I am looking really forward to what they have in store. So yeah, thank you guys. If you're watching this, if you're a fan of Freelancer, if you're a fan of Star Citizen, if you're a fan of any space simulation, check them out, give them a like, let me know what you guys think. I know that a lot of people have been saying that what's the other game? There's another game that's like I think in early access right now, and I did play through the demo of it. I forgot what it's called. Everspace, right? Everspace 2, is that what it is? I think it's Everspace. And Everspace is pretty good. I like it, but it just doesn't seem to scratch that Freelancer itch for me. It's good, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't feel like what I'm looking for when I'm looking for like a Freelancer you know, spiritual successor or something to like scratch that itch. You know, I don't want them to just be like, oh, it's just a spiritual successor Freelancer. Like, it's its own game, it's its own universe, it's its own stuff. And let me know if you guys want to see more about this game. I would love to do more research. If you guys are really interested in this stuff, I can do research and see if I can start talking about some lore things or whatever. You know, maybe I can find out some interesting stuff. And yeah, so thank you guys so much. Again, I'm Morali. I do stream over on Twitch if you guys are interested in hanging out with me once in a while. I usually, between Sunday and Tuesday, you know, in that time frame, I will stream somewhere on Twitch in the evening. So if you guys want to check me out over there. And yeah, and if you guys haven't checked out some of my other stuff, you know, there's plenty of games that I've played through, that I'm currently playing through, and things that I'm doing. And yeah, and let me know what you guys think about all of this stuff, what you guys want to see from the channel, or just say hi. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I would really appreciate that as well. And I will see you guys in, you know, the next video or whenever. Bye guys.